Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome back to Coding Hives. This is Rasina with you. Hope you all are doing good. So, in today's video, we are going to cover a super important topic for anyone writing Python functions. There are mainly five types of arguments we are using in Py functions. They are positional arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, variable length arguments, and variable length keyword arguments. So I will explain each with a suitable example so that you will get a better clarity about these different type of arguments. Okay, so first we will understand what is mean by positional arguments. So I already wrote a function here, like greet. Function name is greet, and there are two parameters or arguments in the function, name and age. And this is simply printing, like my name is what is the name passing, and age is also the argument which we are passing. Okay, so here when I am calling the function, for example, the function is greet, right? So I'm calling the function like I will give a name Alice, then I will give 33. Okay, so here when I'm going to run this code, we will get output as my name is Alice and age is 33, right? Here Alice is assigned to the name parameter. Okay, here this first value is assigned to the first parameter and the second value 33 is assigned to the second parameter. So the arguments are passed by position, meaning the first value goes to the first parameter and the second value goes to the second parameter. Like that it is working. Okay, so for example, if I am changing this, like I am giving age here and name here, the entire logic will change, like output will be changed. We can see that, like here we are getting this one is assigned to age and this one is assigned to name. Okay, so here the position matters. Okay, so that's about positional argument. So here in positional arguments, the order in which you pass value matters. Okay, that is the one point you need to note. Clear? So that is mean by positional arguments. Okay, so now we will go for the next one, that is keyword arguments. Okay, so I will explain that also using a code. So next we are going to learn keyword arguments. Okay, so for that also I will take the same function here. So keyword arguments are passed to the function using keys or parameter names. So the order does not matter. Instead of relying on the position of the arguments, you specify the name of the parameter when passing a value. So keyword arguments are passed to the function using keys or parameter names. So the order is no matter. Instead of relying on the position of the arguments, we can specify the name of the parameter when passing a value. For example, here I am calling the function, but here I can say something like this, name equal to Alice. Okay, and age equal to 33. Okay, so here if I am doing like this, I am getting the output like this, right? So if I am using this keyword argument, then order is no matter. For example, I can give age here and name here. It will not affect our code internally. Okay, we will get the correct output, no issue. So here what we are doing is, here order does not matter as we are assigning values based on the parameter names. Okay, as this variable name is having value Alice and age having value 3. So here order doesn't matter, we can get the output, no issues. Okay, so that is mean by keyword arguments. Clear? What is mean by default argument is, default argument allow us to set default values for some function parameters. I mean, if the caller does not provide a value for a parameter with a default, then the default value will be used. So this can make our functions more flexible and reduce the need for passing arguments in every function. Okay, so I will explain this with an example. So now we are going for an example to explain this default argument. Okay, so default arguments. So here I have a function as before we did, like for function for greet. And here I'm passing two arguments as before, name and age. But here I am giving a default value for age. Okay. So this is my default value for age. Okay. Now if I am going to, I'll copy the print statement from here. That is the same thing only, no change. Okay. So here this is the argument. This is one positional argument. This is the default argument as we are giving a default value here. Now we are going to call the function. Okay. So I'm going to call the function, and here I'm just giving the name only. I'm giving Alice only. Okay. I'm not giving the age. In that case, what will happen? It will take this age. Okay. Clear? If I'm giving here another, like I'm giving on age like 44. Okay. So it will take that value only. You can see it will take that value, right? Clear? So that is the working of default arguments. So in this example, the age parameter has a default value of 22. If you don't provide a value for age, the function will use that specified default value. Okay. If we provide a value, that value will be override the default. For example, in this case, if I give 4, it will override that 22 and 44 will be output, right? So that is the working of default arguments. Clear? So the point is, default arguments allow us to set a default value for a parameter. Okay. So that is about default argument. So next one is most important interview questions in almost all the interviews. That is star args. That is star args. Okay. That is mean by variable length arguments. That I will explain with an example. Sometimes you want your functions to accept an arbitrary number of positional arguments. Like you don't know how much arguments are there. There is no exact count. So this is where this star args can use. Like it allows us to pass as many arguments as we like, and Python will collect them into a tuple. Okay. So what is meant by this variable length argument is, sometimes in our function to accept, we don't know how many arguments are we are passing. At that time we can use this variable length arguments. Okay. So it allows us to pass as many as arguments as we like, and Python will collect all of them into a tuple. Okay. So I will write a code to explain that in a better way. For example, I have a function to add numbers. Okay. And I don't know how many numbers are passing, so I am simply putting args. Okay. Star args. Now I can calculate the sum, just simply sum of args. Okay. Now I can print the result. Here we can do like this also possible. Okay. So this is the way I am doing. Like I have a function add numbers, and I am passing, this is the variable length arguments, and it may be contain many elements. We don't know how much is there. So using this, it will add all the elements and it will store the result in result variable, and we are printing this. Now what will happen when we are calling, like how we are calling this function? So I am calling this function add numbers. Then I am giving value as, for example, I want 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now if I am running this code, I will get result as 10. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Clear? So here this star args collects all the extra positional arguments into a tuple. Okay. Then the function can then process the tuple however it wants. So in this case, we use sum function to add the numbers together. Okay. So the point is, we can pass any number of arguments to star args and Python will handle it. So it is very useful when you don't know like ahead of time how many arguments the user might pass. So that is the case of star args. Clear? Next, we are going for the last one, that is star kwargs. That means variable length keyword arguments. Okay. Here also, just like the star args, like it handles a variable number of positional arguments, right? So star kwargs allows us to pass a variable number of keyword arguments. Okay, that is the only difference. So Python collect these keyword arguments into dictionary. So when you are using this variable length keyword arguments, it is using dictionary, and when we are using star args at that time, it is using tuple. Okay, so that is one difference also. For example, I will write a code. Okay, that is like to show some information. Okay, so I'm writing a code show info, and here I am passing using this keyword arguments with the variable length. Okay, so kwargs. Okay, now I'm passing something for, like I told, it as a dictionary, right? So for key comma value in dot item. This is dictionary functions. I hope you know dictionary functions. Okay, now we can print this thing. Print. I will use as f string. We can give something like that. Key, then value. Okay, so this is an example of this function. Now I will tell you how this works, and first I will finish this code, then I will tell you. So I am calling this function show info. Okay, so here I'm passing something like a name equal to Alice, then age equal to 25, then city equal to Trivandrum. Okay, so here I have assigned parameters using this keyword arguments. You can see that I am assigning name equal to Alice, age equal to 25, city equal to Trivandrum, like that, right? So that is mean by keyword arguments. Okay, so here also like the function definition don't know how many arguments are coming, so that is why we are using this variable length keyword argument. So it is accepting these values as dictionary. Okay, so we know dictionary, how we can access the dictionary item using this items function. We are getting the key and value. So we will print something like that. Alice, like name Alice, age 25, like that. We will get output. We will check that. I gave here mistake. Here we need to give it. Right. Yeah, that is okay. Okay, now we will try to run this code. So we are getting name Alice, age 25, city Toronto. Clear? So in this example, this star kwargs collects all the keyword arguments into a dictionary, and we can loop through the key, like loop through the key value pairs using these items functions. Okay. So with this function, this argument, you can pass as many keyword arguments as we like, and the function will handle the. So this keyword arguments with variable length allows us to pass a variable number of keyword arguments, and Python collects them into dictionary, and we can access the value using dictionary functions. Okay. So that is about this argument thing. I hope you got the idea. Now you know the different type of arguments. They are positional arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, variable length arguments, then variable length keyword argument. Normally by default we are using this positional argument. Here the position or the order matters. Next is the keyword argument. In that case, you will pass the key also. Here order is no problem. If you are changing the order, it will not affect the code. So it will work. Only we need to give a key value like that. Okay, we need to give a parameter like keyword also. Next is default argument. In some case, like if we are not passing a function, a value in a function, we can use this specialty like default arguments. For example, in this code, I am assigning a default value 22, right? But when I'm calling the function, I am not passing any value. So if I am not passing any value for age, it will accept this. It will take this as the default value. Otherwise, you can give another value. It will take that value. So that is the thing of default argument. Next is star args. In that case also, like you don't know how many arguments are passing to the function. At that time we can use this star args, and it will come as in the form of a tuple, and we can access or we can do any operation with the data. Okay. And next is this one, star kwargs. In this case, we can pass arguments as how many, before we did in star args, but only the changes we are using key also. Okay, we are using keyword arguments. So that is the thing here. But here on point also we need to note that here the data is storing as in the form of a dictionary. Okay, so using dictionary functions you can access the data. So I hope you got a clarity how this thing works, and if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment box. And that's it for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.